Hey, welcome in everyone to the Game or Die Show. Tonight we're playing some retro games. Yeah, we haven't played some retro games on the channel in a while, other than earlier this month we've been playing through the Mario games, but I felt like I wanted to play something a little bit different, a little bit more attitude, something on the Sega Genesis. And one of my favorite games of all time, even on the Genesis, is Road Rash. So that's what we're going to do right now. So let's go ahead and jump right on into it, shall we? Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm super down for this. Hey, what's up, Shadow Wizard? Welcome in, buddy. Okay, so we got to figure out where we're going to start, but we got to change our name first. So let's go ahead and change. Nope. Man. There we go. Okay. So back. There we go. Oh, thank you for the follow. Don, thank you so much. How are you doing tonight? Okay. All right. So we are going to play a little bit of Road Rash. We might jump into some of the other games too. And, you know, maybe I'll do some requests. So let me just switch out here. There we go. All right, let's jump in. All right, so wait, what did I do? Hold on. Yeah. Oh, dude, I messed that up really quick. Shoot, there's no music. We'll just play through it without the music. Unfortunately, we'll turn it back on. That's the thing with this original game. Some of the buttons just kind of got all mixed up, man. Whew. Yeah, I love Road Rash. I'm doing pretty good, man. How are you doing? Hope everything is going well on your end. Yeah, eat it, rude boy. Ooh, that tinniness of that engine noise, man. Ugh. I used to play this game so much when I was a kid. This is one of my favorite Genesis games. Even with the lower frame rate, it's still super. Oh crap! You can't sleep. It's 4 a.m. Wow. Yeah, it's 11 p.m. right now. So just starting the stream. Yeah, see, that's the thing is I played the first one. This is the one that I had. I never had the second or third one, but I rented them a few times. But I just never got into them as much as the first. And obviously, like with the newer versions on PlayStation and 3DO, like those were so much different. Man, I am just passing everyone, even on the first bike. The first bike's pretty decent until you get to the second or third level, then you really have to upgrade. Oh, I'm so bummed I messed up the music. The music's like one of the best parts about this game. Did I play Skitchin? Oh, you better believe I did. I love Skitchin. Skitchin! Oh, dude. And the fact that it had the word bitchin' in it was one of those things that I remember my mom walking in and seeing that word on the screen, and she's like, what? I don't think I got in trouble because my parents were from that era where bitchin' was kind of like a normal phrase. So it was like my mom just went, I'll let you go on this one. This is a technicality. Oh, I missed the cow. Hey, I'm in first. Look at that. We should hit the finish line fairly soon here within the next, 30, 45 seconds, I think. But yeah, I love Skitchin. Skitchin was a great game too. Like all of these really fun racing games, man. What happened to them? Oh, nice. You completed it for the first time ever last week? That is awesome. Congrats, dude. I don't think I've ever even completed Skitchin. I got close one time. Like, several years ago, I definitely was like really, I think it was 2019. I played through the series. Yeah. I played through the series back in 2019, and I was streaming it, and I was doing Skitchin, and I got fairly far, and then I had to travel for work. Do I remember Road Rage? Are you talking about Simpsons Road Rage? Because yes, I do. Okay, so let's turn back on the music. How do we do that? A for player selection. Okay. B to turn music on or off. Two-player mode. So B is... Nope. Start to exit. There we go. There's our music. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if you're talking about another different game called Road Rage, other than the only one that I know that has that title is The Simpsons Road Rage. Oh, Carmageddon. Yeah, dude. Carmageddon's great. And Road Avenger on Sega CD. Yeah, dude. Those were great games, too. I mean, that's Road Rash, which is what we're playing right now. Road Rash is the motorcycle game where you can whip people with chains and clubs and all that. Yeah, what's up, Nightmare? How are you doing, dude? Yeah. Dude, there was so many good games like that back in the day. And over the years, we've kind of lost it. But luckily with the indie boom... Okay, it is this game. All right. Yeah, the Road Rage is The Simpsons, which is basically Crazy Taxi with the Simpsons skin on it. Then you have Simpsons Hit and Run, which is like the more quote-unquote GTA style game. Yeah, what's up, Rob? How are you doing? Yeah, this is Road Rash, the first one on Genesis. Dude, I love Crazy Taxi. I love when we do Dreamcast streams. Yeah, I know, right? Hey, you remember that one game that is the one that you're currently playing right now? It's okay, dude. No worries. Yeah, we're... Oh, see, there's a club. I just missed it. Nice, dude. Hit and Run is a fantastic game. I remember when that game came out, and that was in the era of licensed games. And licensed games were kind of a dime a dozen, and most of them were pretty bad. So a lot of people would, oh man, why is my TTS broken? Ah, it's okay. A lot of people would really kind of not try a lot of games because they were licensed. But man, when Hit and Run came out, dude, like I told everyone about that game because it was just like, dude, this is a good Simpsons game, and we had a lot of rough ones back then. I personally still like Bart vs. Space Mutants. Like, I had that on the original NES, and dude, I love that game. But coming to it now as an adult, like, I can definitely see why people hate it. Oh, dude. Yeah, Simpsons skateboarding, Simpsons wrestling, Simpsons bowling. I remember when Simpsons wrestling came out, my cousin had... I only got fourth? Ugh, that's rough. We'll have to redo that one. I remember my cousin got Simpsons wrestling on a modded PlayStation 1. And, dude, that game was bad, but we had a lot of fun with it. Because we were super into wrestling at that point, too. Yeah, I'm going to have to definitely get a... I think I'll probably just get first place in all of these, get to level 2, and then get a good bike. Oh, yeah, dude. Scuffed discs. I missed that. I remember... I used to own a video game store, and I was actually talking about this the other day. I used to own a video game store, and I would repair game discs all the time, and it brought in a lot of money because we had a professional disc cleaning machine, not like the disc doctor where you would like hand crank it. We had like a legit like $3,000 disc repairing machine, and man, that thing made money because people would just bring in discs, and I would charge them $5 cash and fix their games, and people would bring in games, DVDs, and music CDs back in the day, and dude, it was awesome. The thing was rad. I miss that. But with the advancement of digital, like, you just don't really deal with a whole lot of discs anymore. And when you do, they have the protective coating on most of them so that they don't get damaged as easily. Ooh. Ooh. I love the sound effects in this game too. Ooh. Oh. I also like when you grab the club and he goes, yeah! King's Quest. Yeah, dude, King's Quest was great. I love the old Sierra adventure games. I was really bad at them though. Like, I was really bad. I didn't have the patience for them back then. I miss the club again, man. But King's Quest, Space Quest, Police Quest, I can't remember. I remember I played a lot of King's... Not... Oh, we all hit that cow. Oh, dude, did you see that? They all flew off the bike. Oh, that's so great. Oh, wow. Wow, he opened up a rental store. That's got to be a pretty rough business. I got out of the game store business in 2013 or 2013. That's when I closed my store, and that was a real rough time. Unfortunately, GameStop came in across the street and put us out of business, so it really sucked. But I've dealt with it. I've dealt with the pain after that. Oh, that is cool. I love track editors. I'm not really good with them. Like, I'm not very creative in that aspect. I love the idea of creating tracks, and like even Mario Maker. I love the idea of it, but I'm not creative in the same way. Like, I look for the closest way to get through, like the path of least resistance. So when I make a level, I'm like, just get from point A to point B as easy as you can. There you go, done. And it's like, that's the most boring thing in the world. But, what are you gonna do, right? Thanks, Don. I appreciate that. I mean, it was so long ago. It's not a big deal anymore, but yeah, it was a big bummer, man. I love that store. I posted a couple pictures the other day online from my game store, and I had like this big, gigantic Homer Simpson from the Simpsons movie. And it was sitting in this big purple and yellow chair. And oh my gosh, dude. I forgot I even owned that thing. Like, I got it off of Craigslist for like $50, and it sat in the store for several years, and it was the greatest thing in the world. I love it. Ooh. Yeah, man. You gotta support local businesses, dude. That is the lifeblood of a community. It might be easier and cheaper sometimes, but 9 times out of 10, it's like, just go to a small store. It's so much better. You're gonna get better service. You're gonna get better quality. You're gonna get better everything. Like I said, there is exceptions, but we live in a very small town. We live in a very small town, and we're rural, so like even our town is 30 minutes away, and like we try and go to small businesses because that's basically what there is. There is a Walmart, but we only go there for groceries because it's literally the only grocery store. That's how small of a town it is. Ooh. Oh, jeez. I forgot. Those cars, man, they will wreck you. Like that dude. Just like that dude. Dude, this soundtrack is so good. Ugh. It's funny, I was actually listening to the soundtrack yesterday, which is why I decided to stream it today. I was like, you know what? I kind of really want to play some Road Rash now. But yeah, dude. Oh, there's some new game on Steam that is basically like one of the simulator games, and it is all about being a video rental store game. And I'm like, oh yeah, dude, you should. It's a great game. I love it. Road Rash, man, one of my favorites. It's funny because people will ask me like, hey, Ryan, what's your top 10 or top 5 games of all time? And like, I have a top 10, but when I talk about retro is kind of like in its own separate category, and a lot of people will go, hey, what is your favorite retro games? Road Rash is always one of my favorites, and people are like, oh, I forgot about Road Rash. Do I remember Gex? Yeah, dude, with Elliot Gould as the voice of Gex. Dude, Gex is a weird game. Like 3DO mascot Gex, yeah. And then they started like going into like PlayStation and Nintendo 64. Oh, dude, I love the Micro Machine games. This is the bummer thing about Micro Machine games, though. They keep repeating the same game. There's like 15 different Micro Machine games, and they're all the exact same. They need to get like a new idea, some new blood in there. But man, dude, I really enjoyed the Micro Machine games. They're fun, but man, they just, every time they come out with a new one, I'm like, stop just making the same game. We've been playing it since like 88 was like the first Micro Machine game. I had a Micro Machine game on the original Game Boy, and I would take that in the car and play it on the way to school, and I loved it. But it's literally the same game every single time for like 30 years. You have a crazy video game question for a pro like me? Yeah, shoot. What is your question, sir? I could just jam out to this game every day. Oh, dude, you're speaking my language. Knights of the Old Republic, dude. My wife loves Knights of the Old Republic. Like, she loves original old school BioWare. So, like, when we started dating, one of the first things we were talking about was games, and she was like, so what are your favorite games? And I went through, and number 3 of my top 10 games of all time is Knights of the Old Republic 1. And she said, I love Knights of the Old Republic. And that's when I knew. I was like, I'm gonna marry this girl. Because man, dude, that series is so good. I really hope the remake comes out, and I really hope it's good. Because they're taking too long. They're not really talking about it, but they came out of the woodwork like what, a couple months ago, and said, yeah, we're still working on it. I don't know how true that is, but we'll see. What game has the greatest art style of all time? Ooh, I like that question. I can give you a definitive answer right now, which is Psychonauts, which is also my favorite game of all time. The reason why is because the mind of Tim Schafer is so twisted and weird and demented. It's very akin to Tim Burton. And just play a level of Psychonauts. That art style is so interesting, and it also has just such a unique style. And every level is so distinct and different, but also in that same style. It's very cohesive. Like, it has a solid aesthetic to it. So if you go and play Velvetopia level, like it's all black light and velvet and crushed velvet, but then you go to the Milkman level, and it's all twisted and weird in pastel colors and 1950s government. Dude, it's perfect. I love it. Okay, we got to actually do good on these levels. So let's do Pacific Coast. We got 4th place on that. Yeah, I don't remember a lot of KOTOR 2. I played a crap ton of the first one. Didn't play... I mean, I'm fairly positive that I finished the second one, but I mean, that was what, 2005? It was a long time ago, man, so I don't remember if I finished it, but I mean, the ending of 1 will always stick with me. That twist ending, dude. It's one of the best gaming plot twists ever. It is in the pantheon, the Mount Rushmore of video game story plot twists. I think it's probably my favorite, too. Like, out of all the video games that I've played in my entire life, which is thousands, and completed thousands, and seen through all the different stories, that's definitely in the top, if not the best. Yeah, gameplay was way better in the second one. I can't remember, since I very rarely replay games, unless there's something like this where it's a racing game or it's meant to be replayed, like over and over and over again. I don't remember. In Knights of the Old Republic 1, can you do the same thing? Because I remember in Knights of the Old Republic 2, you could create your own lightsaber, right? You could create your own lightsaber in KOTOR 2. I can't remember if you could do it in 1 or not. I remember that was one of the big things. It was like, dude, I'm going to create my own lightsaber and it's going to be this color and blah, blah, blah. Psychonauts hasn't been ported to the Switch. I mean, dude, that game came out at the tail end of the 6th generation of consoles. So you have PlayStation 2, Xbox, GameCube. Like, it was number one, it was only on PlayStation 2, PC, and Xbox. It never came out to the GameCube. And it was kind of, I mean, it had a very modest budget. It didn't do well initially. And Double Fine didn't get the rights to that game back. Like, they bought the rights to it back, like, maybe 10, 15 years ago. Something like that. Oh, dude, thank you. Yeah, follow on social. I'm a very small streamer, so I'm trying to kind of actually build my following back up, because every couple of years, it kind of craters, and that's what happened over the winter. Is it just kind of cratered? But trying to get back into it, because I usually stream around every night, but it's just been really busy. Life has been crazy. But hey, we got number 1. Sweet. I appreciate that, Don. Thank you. Oh, you do create it in the first one. Okay. Happened to you too? Yeah, you know dude, the grind is rough, man. It is rough. Well, shout out to Don. Follow Don if you're still streaming. Anyone who wants to follow him, dude, do it. We gotta support each other, man. Ooh yeah! Goodbye, rude boy. I always thought that name was so weird, but I love it. But yeah, Psychonauts was just never a, top tier. I was blown away, number 1, that they finally decided to continue on with Psychonauts, number 1. And number 2, I was blown away that they did a 3rd game in the Psychonauts series. Because a lot of people forget, dude, there's Psychonauts 1.5, technically, which is the VR game. And man, the fact that they made a Psychonauts VR, we gotta replay that on stream, because I haven't played it since it came out. Loved it. Ooh, I love crafting weapons in games. It's something that I'm trying to do better at, and it's one of the reasons why I really do enjoy streaming is I have a very distinct play style because I play so many games. Like I said, I used to own a video game store. So one of the biggest things was me trying to make sure that I play everything so that I can recommend games to people. That was one of my favorite things when I had the store was people would come in all the time going, yeah, I'm just browsing. And I'd start talking them up saying, hey, well, what games do you like? And they go, oh, this, and this. And then I would start making like some recommendations based off of what they liked. And 9 times out of 10, man, they would walk out the door with a brand new game that they would never, have never bought before. And then they come back like a week later and go, dude, this game was freaking awesome. Thank you so much for suggesting it. And it was like one of my favorite things. So I would have to play a ton of stuff. And unfortunately, when you do that, like you kind of barrel through a lot of games and you miss a lot of the side stuff. I was never really big into side quests way back when. So now streaming, I have a little bit more forgiveness for myself to kind of take it a little bit slower, a little bit easier. And then also getting people's suggestions from chat, like, hey, go over here and find this thing, because most people have played the game that I'm playing before. And I usually am one and done. Like, I'll play through a game and very rarely ever pick it back up and replay it. So it was nice. It's nice to have that, hey, why don't you try looking over here? Why don't you go on this storyline? Why don't you see this thing? And, like, kind of taking the path less explored. The unbeaten path, if you will. Dude, that was a bad one. Well, you know what? This is a perfect time to crack open an ice cold one with the boys. Cheers, everyone. Okay, now I got some caffeine in me. Let's destroy this level again. You got me tabbed in YouTube too? Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I multi-stream, so all the places. Okay, someone answer me this. I was just about to say, yeah, tab in all the places because I stream everywhere. Hold on a second. Let me figure out how I want to say this. I don't really watch a whole lot of streamers. I don't have the time, unfortunately, but Asmongold is like a huge guy, and he just started streaming on, I think it was Rumble. And I know him. I know of him. I've never watched him before, but every clip that I see is him just like browsing like news sites and kind of giving commentary on news for gaming. Does he ever play games? I see a lot of these streamers where they talk about a bunch of stuff, but they never are playing video games. And it's really weird to me when they're streaming for 15 hours a day, and yet they never pick up a controller. So it was always weird. Yeah, I've never watched him just because, like I said, I just don't have the time. Like, this is literally the only free time that I usually have in the day. So, and it's like at midnight. One of the things that I loved about this game was that it's all based in California. I grew up in Southern California, so it was really cool to see like Sierra Nevada, the Redwood Forest, PCH, and all that type of stuff. And when I rented Road Rash 2 when I was a kid, like knowing, oh, they made a sequel to Road Rash? Yeah! And then seeing that it was all the United States, I went, oh, dude, that's kind of cool. I like that. It's not just more California, it's the US. And then in Road Rash 3, they went to the world, right? It's kind of like Cruisin' USA. Cruisin' USA, Cruisin' World, Cruisin' Exotica. Super fun. I streamed the Cruisin' series, 2024. That was really fun. That was like a night. We played through all of them. Nice. saw the Thomas. Oh, dude, he kicked me. Yeah, I saw. There's some Thomas the Tank Engine game on Steam. I was a little bit too old for Thomas the Tank Engine. The only thing I know about that game is Sir Topham Hatt, I think, Thomas, and then Ringo from the Beatles is in it as the conductor or something like that. I had to hit the deer. Sorry. Hey, what's up, Roxanne? Sorry, yeah, I didn't know that was you. You can suggest one. We're gonna play Road Rash for a while here. I want to at least get through the first couple levels and then maybe jump into 2 and 3 to see what they look like. But yeah, just drop a suggestion. We'll see if we can play it. Oh yeah. We've talked about Blast Corps before. I need to play that game again. It's so fun. There is no way I can 100% Blast Corps. That game is intense. Ooh, that is cool. I love the Area 51 arcade. That was such a fun one. Come on. Oh, dude, no way. No, Blast Corps, when it gets like in the later levels, this is one of the things with Blast Corps is I'm really bad at, I think it's the dump truck, where you have to slide and hit with your back and you have to do the drifting. I'm really bad at that. Oh yeah, it's 100% a skill issue. I'm really bad at it. Oh, but yeah, Blast Corps is great. I remember we had a fun pizza parlor that had a couple pinball games and a couple arcade games, and it had a Neo Geo cabinet, which is one of the things that I always wanted. I love Neo Geo cabinets, and when I grew up, I was able to buy a couple. So I've had like 4 different Neo Geo cabinets over the course of my life. The first one was a 2 that had Windjammers and something else, like Metal Slug, I think. And then Neo Soccer, Real Final Bout, and a couple others. Okay, I need to get better at this one. We need to finish it. Or maybe I just buy a better bike. You have a high score in Area 51? Dude, that's awesome. I was actually just playing earlier today. I was just playing House of the Dead. Oh, dude, House of the Dead is great. I love those old light gun games. Come on, Ryan. Gotta get better. No getting hit. I think this is where I learned about what are called blind curves. I think they say, oh, watch out for blind curves in this level. And I was like, what's a blind curve? That doesn't make any sense. Dude, I was like 8. I had no idea what that meant. I didn't know what... I'd never driven a car before. Backlash, yeah, that's the dump truck's name in Blast Corps. My favorite is the big robot mech. I really like that one. Yeah! Dude, we got a club. Yeah, suck it, Viper. Oh, I feel bad. My dog's name is Viper. Yeah! See, there we go. We got it. J-Bomb? Yeah, I love that big mech robot thing. That's probably my favorite. Oh, I love Soulcalibur. We played Soulcalibur maybe like a month and a half ago or so. So I finished. Oh, cool. So I got past everything. So now we're in level 2. Okay. I need to know how to buy a I was gonna say bicycle. Okay, so A for player selection. Nope. B to turn music on and off. C to do the name and password. Okay, so I think it's at the end of a level, when you complete a level and you have enough money, you can go and buy bikes. I think that's how it works. Who's my favorite character in Soulcalibur? Raphael, or what is it, Maxim? Definitely not Voldo, or I mean, Ivy. Everyone loves Ivy for obvious reasons, but I was never a big Ivy fan. Not that I don't like her character. I hate fighting her. But oh, dude, I hate Voldo. Voldo's gross. He creeps me out. He skeeves me out. Is how my friends and I would say it. Very skeevy character. Oh crap! I'm gonna slide around here. Yeah, we're gonna have to buy a bike after this, because I'm definitely not gonna get first place with this first bike. I remember my friend and I, we would play this game all night long to get all the money so that we could buy the fastest bike, and it's actually really, really hard to control. Yeah, Voldo, man, ugh. But if you're really good, like, he's a great character because he's so, like, advanced. But I've always liked Raphael. Number one, because I was such a Ninja Turtles fan. I loved any character that was Michelangelo, Leonardo, Donatello, or Raphael in any game, no matter if they were turtles or not. And then I like the fact that he's kind of like a Renaissance piratey, you know, type of character. I like that a lot. Mitsurugi, yeah. Ooh, Mitsurugi's a good one too. My favorite out of the entire series, my favorite game of Soulcalibur in the entire series is Soulcalibur 2. I was bummed. I was not a big GameCube fan. I had all the system. I always have all the systems because I like video games. I don't care about brands or any of that crap. Just give me the game, no matter what system it's on, as long as it's good. I was bummed I never actually owned, until way later, Soulcalibur 2 on GameCube, because Link is freaking rad. Like, having those special characters were really cool, and I think they hit it out of the park with the Soulcalibur 2, the first, like, special characters. Because you had Link on GameCube, Heihachi on PlayStation, and then Spawn, which was weird, but, like, oddly worked for Xbox. And I always liked the Xbox version, dude. I love Spawn in Soulcalibur 2. Cervantes. Yeah. Cervantes is like the skeleton pirate guy, right? I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, Soulcalibur is such a good series. I was bummed that I never actually played... I don't think I ever actually played Soulcalibur 3. My girlfriend at the time, when Soulcalibur 3 was coming out, or right after it came out or something like that, she was super into it, and we were on the phone. It was like a party was going on. I'm like, so how's the party? And she's like, oh, it's super fun. We're playing Soulcalibur 3. I'm like, wait, what? Really? It's like, oh, that's kind of cool. I want to go to a party with Soulcalibur 3. He is the pirate? Okay, cool, yeah. Yeah, I like Cervantes. That's why Ivy's rich? Okay. Yeah, I can't say enough good things about Soulcalibur. When the Switch 2 launched last year, after we beat Mario Kart World on launch day, we loaded up, and I think they had 3 GameCube games on the Switch online, and Soulcalibur 2 was one of them. I'm like, oh, we're playing Soulcalibur 2 for the rest of the night. Ah, crap. Oh, jeez, dude. And, of course, it's dragging my bike, like, all the way down the road. One of the coolest things about this game, though, is being able to have the character like actually run to or hobble to his bike. Yeah, it's a really deep. Oh, I love how it was literally at the end of the race too. Okay, so I'm gonna hit C. Yeah, all right, cool. So we have a credit of 7,280. Ooh, we cannot get. Oh yeah, we can. We have it's 5,000, 7,000. We can get the bonsai. Kamikaze's 8,000. It's got just a tiny bit more horsepower. I say we just make what, $600-700 more, and then we get the kamikaze. It's slower steering, but bigger. What does that say? Bigger mid-range power than the bonsai. This has crisp handling with good power at high RPM, but no mid-range. Try and keep the revs high. That one sounds good too. I'm gonna go with the kamikaze. We'll wait. Bonsai! All right, Biff. It's fun. Back in the day, one of my best friends was a stand-up comic, and he was doing some touring. And one of the sets that he did, he actually toured with Biff from Back to the Future, Tom Wilson. And I was like, dude, that is so cool. And dude, Tom Wilson's a rad dude. I really like him. He's a very genuine, sweet guy. Oh crap, oh crap. That was close. Wow, that was close. That's what I love about level 2 though in this game. Like all the riders start actually fighting back a little bit more. Broom Helga. Oh dude, the names in these. What's Kill Tony? Oh, ow. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have contact with him anymore. But I've never heard of Kill Tony. Is that like some new show or something like that? Okay. Where are we going? Oh, yeah. Yeah, but bye, Shiva. I love that they fight back a lot more. Ooh, in Texas. All right. Oh, crap. Oh, no. Oh, I got busted. And I got fined $400 too, so I lost more money. Shoot. All right. That's okay. Die, Broom Helga. Oh, cool. They do it at the mothership. Okay, nice. I'll have to check that out. I'm always in the on the lookout for good, fun, new stuff to watch. Especially stand-up stuff. I love stand-up. It's funny. I do improv, and my wife was like, hey, you know, our town is doing like an open mic night. You should do that. I'm like, open mic night is very different than improv. Like stand-up is a very different skill set. But I think that would be really fun. Someday, I'll put a 5-minute set together. I think that would be really fun. Oh, man. Yeah, I should have gotten the bonsai. I should have. Oh well. Yeah, 100% true, dude. Cancel culture, like no one being able to take a joke for like the last 8 years is just like the worst. It's nice that nature's finally healing. Dude, I am like one punching these guys though. I love it. Dread, Biff, Slater, Shiva, they're all going down. Okay, maybe not Slater and Biff, but everyone else. Dude, that one little wail, that siren wail, I always think is a cop, and it's just part of the soundtrack. Dude, I could just jam out to this game the entire night. It's so good. Well, we gotta get a new bike, be able to get first place, get to level 3, and then we'll switch out to Road Rash 2, maybe? Or something else. We could play a bunch of other games. I kind of have no... I want to see Road Rash 2 because I'm just like super unfamiliar with it. I haven't played it in years. I think, like I said, the last time was 2019. And even then, like, I've only played it a handful of times. Ooh, Unreal Tournament. I was never well versed in that one. I played Quake 3 a lot, and but never Unreal Tournament, really. I mean, unfortunately, I'm not a big multiplayer guy. I've never had the people around me to play multiplayer with, so I was mostly a single player type of guy. But on occasion, when friends would get together, we would play a lot of multiplayer. Excuse me. This soundtrack's so good. Yeah, Quake was my jam. Oh man! Dang it! At least I'm with my bike right there. I love that the levels get longer as you play through this game, too. But I do not think we're going to get close to first place in this one. But one of the things that happens with a lot of these older games, you get a lot of rubber banding, and this is a game that has good rubber banding AI. Like, if you just get decimated by, like, 4 car hits in a row, like, there's no way you're going to catch up. But at least a couple of the characters will stop and wait, you know, and like, those few characters will show up. All right, so we made a couple $100, but still not enough to get back to where we were before we got pulled over and busted, so. We gotta play a couple more rounds, and then we'll go buy a bike. Come on, Bruno Helga. We gotta at least finish and make some money. As long as we can finish and not get busted or break our bikes. Ooh. We were talking about Soulcalibur. I was never a big fighting game guy, but Soulcalibur just like spoke to me for whatever reason. And I think it's mostly because it's a weapon-based fighting game. I really like weapons-based fighting game. Yeah, what's up, Eduardo? Yeah, I definitely need I need the chain or a club, a knife. Yeah, dude, they never get old, man. There's just so many of these older games. They have that special sauce, right? They have that special something. It was made with love type of thing going on with it. Oh, crap. Oh, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Oh, dude. No. Stop dragging my bike all the way down, dude. Oh. My poor bike. But yeah, a lot of these older games, well, I mean, they were made and developed with passion. That's like one of the big key things with modern games. And I talk about it on the podcast all the freaking time, and I feel bad because I feel like I talk about it every day. But dude, modern games aren't made as games or art. They're made as products first and foremost and only nowadays. And that's the big reason why a lot of AAA games suck, is because they're not developed as a passion project. Like, the people making it are just making it because it's their job and their livelihood. You don't get any of that. Yeah, we were talking about Skitchin earlier in the stream. Yeah. Love Skitchin. I always remember the part at the very beginning where it has the big warning and then the guy going, "Skitchin!" He screams it, and it's all digitized. Oh, come on. Oh, I was gonna get that viper. Okay, the club. And now it's gone. Okay. I think that's a cop. Yes, it is. Yeah, Skitchin was rad. I love the fact that they... Not only is it just a rollerblading version of Road Rash, but they added on the Skitchin part. Like, learning what Skitchin was and knowing that, oh, dude, there's this whole game mechanic about, like, slingshotting yourself past people. Like, that's such an ingenious thing. It's not just a racing game. You're having to actually, like, use your brain and strategize on when to slingshot. And the jumps too, and the jumps and the trick system, right? Like, where you would get scored and stuff. Like, what? Who thought of that? It's so cool. Yeah, Skitchin like took Road Rash style and just gave it a whole different nuanced level. It was so cool. Colony Wars. I don't know if I ever played Colony Wars. Is that like a RTS PC game? I was never big into RTS games, so like I played a little bit of Command and Conquer. I played a little bit. I remember the one game that really got me into RTS stuff was Halo Wars. Like, I know that's like a way older generation, like way past Command and Conquer and all that. But dude, I really liked Halo Wars. Like, a consoleized version of that stuff was so fun. Because that's in the era where a lot of PC games were pretty garbage unless they were like really, really focused. And I was playing a ton of stuff because of my game store. And so when Halo Wars came out, I was like, oh, dude, this is like a much more like watered down version, but really fun. Oh, it's a space shooter. Okay. Huh. Oh, dude. You said General Chaos. One of the deep cuts of my childhood. I love General Chaos. That is a game no one knows about. And whenever I talk about it, people are like, wait, what? That sounds awesome. And I go, yes. Yes, it is. Peace out, Broom Helga. I thought I got her that time. Or him. I have no idea. That's a lady's name. Same thing with Rex. Rex could be a lady's name, right? But yeah, I love General Chaos. General Chaos. Peace out, Chiba. Dude, I'm taking names in this game. Almost missed it. Got Dread. Dude, I've got like the power punch tonight. I love it. Oh, dude. There is something about the Genesis, man. Like, console war all you want. I don't care. But there was a lot of really good Genesis games that no one talks about. My favorite character in General Chaos? Oh man, I'm trying to remember. I think I really liked the Grenadier, but I was really bad with him. I was always like a more power over strategy guy, so I liked the machine gun guy, I think, the most. Hey, what's up, Zeppler? How are you doing? Playing some Road Rash tonight. I also like the flamethrower guy too. Was pretty cool from what I remember. I haven't played General Chaos in probably about 5 or 6 years. But man, my cousin and I would play that game all the time. My cousin had this ranch up north in Northern California, and we would go there for Easter. We'd do like a whole Easter week-long break up there, and it was like 45 minutes from the nearest town, so it's kind of like how we are out here, but definitely not as it was way more remote. And so like they didn't have TV or anything. Like they had a TV, they didn't have TV though, like cable or anything. So all we had was old game systems, and so we would always play Genesis, and one of the games that they always had was General Chaos, so we would just play that all the time. Yeah, you got to be really good with a Grenadier. Like, oh man, dude, he's very powerful. But like I was saying, dude, there was this special secret sauce with a lot of these Genesis games. They might not have the best frame rate, they might not have the best animations, but good grief, were they fun. Don't get hit. Oh, you idiot. I saw that car in the rear view mirror and I was like, you're running towards the car, come on. I mean, I could have taken control of him. It was also my bad. As long as I don't die here with a cop, just gotta be very careful in this section. I wish you could take the cop out. That would have been the best. I bet you it's hard-coded in that you can't take them out because of, like, they didn't want to promote the, beating or murder of cops or anything. Risk? I mean, just the board game, yeah. I never really played any of the video game versions of board games. Not really. Like, I've played video game version Monopoly and Othello. I remember there was an Othello game on the original Nintendo. But most board games, especially in the older generations, didn't translate very well. But oh, and the second one. Okay, cool. Awesome. Oh, dude, we're going to have to definitely play. I think after we get this, we should have enough money to buy a bike. We'll buy a bike, we'll get through it, and then we'll jump into the second one, because I want to play the second one. I have very little memory of it. Oh, look at those characters. Dude, look at those people on the side of the road. They're barely even people. Ooh. Yeah! Suck it, Rex. I feel bad. My tortoise's name is Rex. So I don't want to hurt him, but he's a video game character tonight. We gotta get a Rex cam in here. I was thinking about moving him into the studio. Hopefully now that it's hopefully getting warmer. Like, dude, it was 80 degrees the other night, or the other day, and now it's like back down to the 30s and 20s. It's insane. This weather is so freaking weird this year. Yeah, I don't remember the Genesis version of Rest. Or, like I said, most video game versions of board games. Oh, dude, have you played last year's Shinobi Art of Vengeance, I believe it was called? That was a really good game. I was very surprised. Like, last year's Year of the Ninja was amazing. It was in my top 10 of last year. Shinobi and Ninja Gaiden Rage Band. Both of those were really fantastic modern versions of the Ninja games. But yeah, I love Ninja Gaiden, I love Ninja Gaiden too, but or as well, also. But I love Shinobi. Shinobi was great. Revenge's Shinobi was the third one. That one was my favorite on the Genesis. Oh crap! Ugh! I was trying to thread the needle and I messed up, man. All right. Oh, that poor guy. He keeps getting hit. Oh, I was gonna run him over too, but oh well. Yeah. Peace out, Slater. Come on. Oh, dang it. So close. Oh, dude, Perfect Dark, yeah. So, I was saying earlier, I was never really a big multiplayer guy because I just never had anyone to play with. That was the hard part. And Perfect Dark was awesome because it had the multiplayer that had bots in it. And when I was able to play multiplayer finally with bots, I was so happy. And I didn't have the expansion pack when Perfect Dark first came out. So for like the first week of Perfect Dark, I could only play the multiplayer because you needed the expansion pack for single player mode. And so I could only do the multiplayer. So I played multiplayer with a few bots and then got the expansion pack and then was able to actually play through the single player part of Perfect Dark. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, my podcast is basically this. It's just me talking about video games. But yeah, enjoy. 96. We should have. We should be doing a new podcast maybe in the next week or so. This weekend, I usually try to record the podcast on like a Sunday, but like life always gets in the way. And then we're going to be gone all weekend for a dog show in Kentucky. So I was going to plan on doing it, but maybe next week. Oh crap! No! Are you kidding? Oh, I keep getting fined. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, the expansion pack with the gigantic 4 megs of extra memory. I've told this story on the stream before, but at my game store, I got in a huge argument with a customer once over the expansion pack because it was a retro game store, used, and we had a copy of Donkey Kong 64. And this kid came in and wanted to buy Donkey Kong 64, so I sold it to him, and he wanted the box to it too. And so like we would sell, like incomplete versions of games because that's what you do in a game store, right? So I sold him Donkey Kong 64 with the box, and it might have had a manual in it, I can't remember. And then later that day, or maybe the next day, I can't remember exactly when, the kid came back in the store and said, I want a refund. And I was like, why? He's like, it doesn't work. And I'm like, yes, it does. I clean and test every single one of these games myself. So I popped it in the system. I showed him on the TV it works. And so he took it back. And then he came back later and his dad came in. And his dad was pissed. And the reason why is because he's like, this game doesn't work. I'm like, yes, it does. And he said, no, it doesn't. And so I showed him again. He's like, why isn't it working on ours? And I was like, well, this game does require the expansion pack to work with it. And he's like, well, it says that it comes with one in the box. I'm like, yeah, but that was the original version of it. This is an incomplete version. Like, the expansion pack is a $50 add-on, dude. Like, I'm not gonna give you a $50. So, like, we got in a huge argument for like 20 minutes, like yelling at each other about how I was not gonna give him a $50 product for free because his kid didn't understand how video games work. And it was just like this huge argument. Oh my gosh. I don't think he threatened to call the cops, but like that happened not often, but it happened every once in a while where someone would just be so pissed off that they would threaten to call the cops. I'm like, call the cops. What are you gonna do? Like, they're gonna side with me, the business owner. And even then, they're not gonna be able to tell me what to do. Like, you want to go to small claims court? We can do that if you want. Like, oh my gosh, dude, it was that job. It was a lot of fun, but there was a lot of stupid people sometimes. Yeah, male Karen. Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, I'm not gonna say that because they had a valid point. They had a valid point of, hey, we didn't realize that this game wasn't, you know, it required the game to work. And because it's a used old 15-year-old game, because this was like 2009 at the point. No, it was like 2011 or so, 2011, 2012. But still, like, that was an over decade-old game. I'm not gonna get mad at him for his kid not understanding that, or him not understanding that. It's not specifically known, like, by everyone, so I get it. I understand why they were mad, but as a business owner, I was like, I'm not gonna just give you an expansion pack. You know, these are actually kind of hard to come by. And they're expensive. Like, we had very little margins on some of that hardware. Yeah, I would love to see a Road Rash remake or just a modern version of it. A more up-to-date version, but EA will never do anything with the license, and it sucks. And everyone's attempts, I talk about it all the time, man. Everyone's attempts to make the old game, it gets halfway there, but it's a clone, right? It's always like, hey, I just made the game that I loved as a kid. I made it. And I'm like, yeah, but you're an indie developer and it's got like 75 to 85% of what that game is, but it's not going to hit the same feeling because it's not like quote unquote official. And then, you know, EA too is weird. And then the spiritual successor, like Road Redemption. Dude, Road Redemption was rough. I like the idea, but the execution was just bad. I hate saying it because that was one of the very few games that I kickstarted back in the day. And it started off as Road Rash. Like, it started off as just a 3D Road Rash, but then, dude, they just lost their marbles on that game. Like, with jump jets and, you know, Uzi mechanics with boss fights, and there was a couple interesting ideas where they had like tornadoes that threw cars and vehicles at you, but again, it just kind of went off the rails. I'm like, this isn't Road Rash, like a modern Road Rash. This is like something totally different. And it wasn't well executed, unfortunately. Like, the physics were just super wrong and weird and smushy feeling. Yeah, the Road Rash on Sega Saturn. I mean, all the modern 3D, like the more like PlayStation 3DO and Saturn Road Rashes, they just felt off compared to the Genesis versions. I always like the Genesis versions more. Like, say what you will, the soundtrack for PlayStation Road Rash is great. And Jailbreak's decent too, and so is Road Rash 64. I will go to bat for Road Rash 64. It's not a half bad game. It's just the physics and the polygons were just so low quality, but it's a fun, decent little game. But nothing compares to these first three Road Rash games. What's up, James? Yeah, this is definitely Road Rash. Yeah, for its time, Road Rash 64 was a perfectly cromulent game. That is the exact words to use for that. Dude, I wanted a Saturn so bad when I was younger. I didn't get a Saturn until like 1999 or 2000. No, I got a Saturn in 2001. I remember the day that I got it. my mom took me to, because it was right before I could drive. It was maybe like 3 months before I could drive. And I ordered it off of eBay. And it got held at the post office. They wouldn't actually like ship it to the house. And we lived far away. We lived like 20, 25 minutes from the post office. So we had to drive all the way to the post office. And like they wouldn't release it for whatever reason or something. And I remember getting mad because like I wanted my thing and it was right there behind them. But they're like, oh, you're not showing proper ID or something weird. And oh crap, dude. Dang it, dude. And so my mom got mad at me because I got mad. And it was like one of the first times like I got really mad in front of my mom, like as a kind of like older kid. And oh dude, my mom lost it on me. Anyways, long story short, I finally opened up the Saturn from eBay. And it was the first time I remember smelling smoke, like cigarette smoke, and things just completely covered. And it was grimy and it just smelled disgusting. It was tinted, even though it was black. Like, it was the worst. And I was so mad. Because it was like, dude, this is disgusting. The only the only game that I really wanted off of the Saturn was Nights into Dreams and Christmas Nights. Those were the two games that I bought that Saturn for. Everything else was kind of like, eh. Oh, and Street Fighter, the movie, the game. Because I always thought it was cool that they made a Street Fighter game with actual real-life human characters. Even though if Street Fighter, the movie, wasn't very good. Titan Wars. I'm trying to remember what system was Titan Wars on. Was that PlayStation? I know it's not correct, but it's making me think of Titan AE. It was Saturn and PlayStation 1? Okay, cool. I can picture the box art in my mind. Dude, I'm taking people out right now. Sweet. Okay. I am going to buy a bike as soon as we're done with this race because we need to actually get better. I'm also not really paying attention because I'm having fun talking to you guys, but yeah, I need to actually like win some races now. Yeah, there we go. You know, honestly, yes, dude, I got a club off of Dreads. Nice. If they just clean this game up by literally just making it smoother frame rate and like just a little bit more crisp modern resolution and higher definition audio, like an actual full-blown remaster, kind of like what they did with like the Double Fine remasters when they did Grim Fandango and Full Throttle. Like, give me that type of remaster on this game, dude. I would play this game. I would buy it in a heartbeat. Have it to where you could, you know, do like the old remasters where you could hit the back button and it would go from original graphics mode to like modern remastered graphics mode. Same thing with the soundtrack. Give it the original soundtrack in the MIDI style, chiptune, and then also a modern, like, arranged style soundtrack. Oh. I'll give you $30 right now for that. Like, at the drop of a hat. That would be fun. And I've gotten really sick of a lot of remasters. Like, I'm just kind of tired of it. I want new stuff, but that would be one that I would plop down money for. Yeah, if EA remade it, it would be behind a paywall. Absolutely. Oh. Yes, it would, though. That would have been great if I was right next to him and just, like, hit him, and he started flying by. Oh. Yeah, EA, man. What happened, dude? because this era of EA was great, you know? Early EA was awesome. They made some great games. Then they started buying up a bunch of companies and then just shuttering the studios and then doing nothing with the IP. Like, literally, what is EA doing? What was the last game that they made? It was the Battlefield game, right? That they made a ton of money off of. They got, like, I think it was the best-selling game of last year, and then they just closed that studio. Ugh. Like, what the heck, man? Oh, God, I wasn't paying attention. Sims 4. Get out of the way. Okay, good. Trying to remember Sims 4. Yeah. Sims 4 is weird, too. That they really need to make a 5. They need to stop making all this weird DLC. I was at E3. I was at E3 when they did Sims 4, and it was really fun. It was a behind the closed door demo, but they were walking through the line and they said, hey, does anyone want to be a part of our demo? And I was with my friend's girlfriend. Like, she was like in line because she really wanted to see Sims 4. And I was like, you know what? My sister really likes Sims 4. I'll join you. And so we were standing in line for Sims 4 and they said, hey, does anyone want to help out with the demo? And she was like, yeah, because she was a super big Sims fan. And so what they did is they had the developers there. They were showing off all the like character creator stuff. And so they had her like stand in front of everyone for like, you know, a couple minutes. And the developer like started doing that character as her, and it was like spot on. It was really impressive, and I went, wow, that's actually really cool. Did I ever have the Sega channel? No, I did not. I wanted it so bad. Yes, we have enough for the kamikaze. I don't think I bought it. Hold on. Yes, it's mine. All right, baby. Here we go. Now we're going to start flying through these levels. We'll start with PCH. That's right. EA was part of the big Saudi Arabia buyout or whatever. Oh, dude, yeah. The Sims 4 was, like, weirdly empty. I remember because that was when I was living with my family again because my house got all water damaged and destroyed, and so I had to go live with my family again. And I was sitting there, and my sister was like, I want to buy Sims. You want to go halvesies on it? I was like, all right, cool. You know, like, this is one of the very few game things that my sister is into, so sure. And I remember we played it on launch day, and she was like a big hardcore Sims fan. And she was like, what is this? They're like, this is not a game. Like, there's barely anything here. And so I played it like later that day for like an hour, and I was like, yeah, there's really not a whole lot to it. And then they started adding all that stuff in like way late, like half a year later on was like the first update, and it was just like, what are you guys doing? But that was also the whole time frame of SimCity too. Remember? Like, SimCity had such a big fan base, and I was at E3 for the SimCity reveal. I remember it was the last appointment that I had scheduled for that year. And I walked out of that going, this game is amazing. Like, what they showed off was so cool with the tilt shift technology and everything. It was freaking rad. And then come launch day, it was like, oh yeah, here's like this 5x5 lot that you can build a city on. Cool. You've already maxed it out within 30 minutes like of gameplay. You've seen the entire game within 30 minutes. Now do it again multiple times. And that was it. And it was just like, this is not a game. Like, it was the era of EA making like a tech demo and then selling it for a full price $60 game. And it was super crappy. On top of the whole, always online DRM stuff that broke and didn't work on launch day, that they had such a bad PR that they had to actually give away multiple free games to appease everyone. Now they would just say sorry and wouldn't even give you free games. Like, remember like when the companies actually cared enough to like say, not only we're sorry, but here's some free crap to make you at least like happy-ish? Now it's like none of that. Oh, dude, look at that. We're in like first place and I'm not even paying attention. Ooh, thank you for the check-in. Yeah, I can't believe EA is even in business at this point. A lot of those companies, EA and I'm trying to think of what is the other big one? Ubisoft. Both EA and Ubisoft are like vying for most worthless publisher at this point. They're barely putting out any games. Like, Ubisoft used to be the best. Like, I know people crap on them now, rightfully so, but Ubisoft was amazing back in like 2012, 2014. That era of Ubisoft, they were firing on all cylinders. They were coming out with the Rayman Legends games. They were coming out with Far Cry, like the modern Far Cry games. They were coming out with the Assassin's Creed series on a yearly basis. Like, all of those, we had Splinter Cell and what was the other big one? I'm trying to remember. I can't remember the other one off the top of my head. Oh, the Trials motorcycle games, dude. Like, all of those series were Ubisoft, and they were just like, every couple of months there was a good, super massive, great AAA Ubisoft game, and now it's nothing. Ugh. Yeah, modern game stuff, like, they're charging way too much. Remember when everyone was trying last year to sell games for $80? And no one bought any of that crap, and so they actually knocked it back down to 70 because they went, oh, we went too far. Oh, crap! Like, right off the bat, I got hit by a hole. Skull and Bones. Yeah, the first quadruple A. What an idiot, man. That moron going around and actually saying the words quadruple A. Like, I'm really bummed about Skull and Bones, because when they originally showed it off, I don't know if you remember or not, but when they originally showed it off at E3, they had this old dude who looked like Alan Moore come out with a sword cane. And he was the director of the game. And he was talking about Skull and Bones like it was the greatest game ever created, and it looked like it. From everything they talked about and said and showed off, I remember being psyched for Skull and Bones. And then like 5 years later, we still had no idea what was going on with it. And then he left the project. Like, the creative director and creator of the game left the project. And then it turned into this joke in the industry. Oh, dang it, dude. I got T-boned. Or I T-boned that dude. Yeah, GTA, man, dude. That game will do gangbusters no matter what. Unfortunately, because that's the case, they can kind of write their own ticket. They can do whatever they want and they'll make money. But they'll piss a lot of people off. So this is the thing. No one would even think about it being $100 if stupid game journalists didn't put that in their minds. I'm so pissed at games media because they are the ones who went, oh yeah, you know what? Games should be $70. They're the ones that started that crap. The people who get games for free are telling everyone else that they need to pay more for video games. Like, that immediately pissed me off. And then they're the same ones who go, you know what? DLC should be super expensive. You should pay $100. You know what? GTA is probably going to be $100. Like, that's all they're doing. They're just egging these companies on. They're the ones that put it out into the world. No one was saying GTA was going to be $100. It was games media that did that. IGN and Kotaku and all those morons. And then now everyone's like, well, GTA is probably going to be 100. Yeah, because those stupid people kept talking about it like that. So it freaking sucks. But, you know, I hope that they know, like, the backlash from $80 was pretty rough. So, yeah. Happened with GTA and Red Dead 2 on PC. Yeah. They're the best versions, though. PC all the way on those games, man. It's funny, too, because I try to look at it from all different angles. But when I see a lot of people argue about games, you know, like graphics and stuff, and they're like, oh, yeah, you know, hopefully we'll get Red Dead Redemption 2 60 frames on, you know, the Xbox Series X this year. I go, why don't you just get a PC? Because we've had that since 2019. It's been like 5.5 years where we've only, like, the PC version had it launch day at 60 frames. Like, if you care that much, you should just have a PC. And that's not talking about, like, modern PC stuff going on within the last several months. Just in general, like, if you really, really care about graphics that much, where you're focused on 60 frames per second and, you know, the highest resolution, like, what are you doing? Yeah, same here. I double dipped. I triple dipped GTA 5. I remember I was working this IT job where I had a company car and I would go out to, or a company van, and I would go out to our clients throughout the day. And, like, it was a super chill job. Because, like, half of it was just sitting in traffic, so, like, I just got to waste a ton of time. It was, like, the only time in my life that I ever didn't hate traffic. But I remember going, oh, GTA 5 is out today. And they had a bundle with the PlayStation 3. And my PS3 was, like, on its last legs. And I repaired it a few times. I'm like, this thing is just dead. And I want a smaller, slimmer version or whatever, because I wanted a second one to travel with. And so I bought the slim version of the PS3 bundled with GTA 5 on my, like, on the way back from work, like, from a client's. And my boss was like, where have you been? Like, the client was down the street. They said you left like an hour ago. And I was like, oh yeah, I was at Best Buy. I went and bought a PS3, and he's like, oh, really? You got GTA? And I was like, yeah. So we busted out the PS3 at work, and my boss and I were playing, like, the beginning of GTA 5 together. And then I bought the PS4 version next year when that came out on PS4. And then I bought the PC version the year after when that came out. So, like, I triple dipped GTA 5, which sucks, but I always wanted to play the best version of the game. And I never finished GTA 5 on PS3. I actually played the the 360 version of it too, because I had the store still at that point, and so oh no, I didn't have the store at that point. But I played the 360 version. I think I played a copied version, like a modded version of that. I can't remember. Oh, dang it. I knew that was going to happen. Yeah, dude, Red Dead and, like, the best fidelity. high frame rate. It is so crisp. When we were playing Multiplayer Madness with Red Dead, dude, online, I forgot how much I love that game. It is just beautiful beyond comparison. That might be my favorite graphical fidelity game. If you said what game has the best like graphical fidelity, that might be it. I think everything that works on that game works so well it has not been topped. Oh, dude. What is happening? Oh, man. Wow, I don't know what happened there. Good grief. I love that. Oh. I don't think I've ever had that happen before in this game. That's something new. What was I talking about? Oh, Red Dead, yeah. I will say one of my biggest mess-ups on stream was back in 2024 on my birthday for September. I said, you know what? There's all these rumors flying around of Red Dead coming out on PC. And there have been those rumors since Red Dead first came out. And it's been, what, like 15 years or whatever? Like, it's just not going to happen. And so I said, we'll do Game of the Month for Red Dead. And it was still on the Xbox, right? On the Xbox One. It was originally Xbox 360 and PS3. And then you had the backwards compatible version that like had higher resolution. So I said, we'll play that. And people kept talking to me about the rumor, and I was like, dude, the rumor's not going to happen. The rumor's not going to happen. Like, it's a rumor, and it's been around for years. It ain't happening. And then lo and behold, like the next month, like in October, they're like, oh, yeah, we're making the PC version of Red Dead. And I went, oh, you got to be kidding me. It was like the one big fail of my stream career. And it's funny, too, because I always told people, like, the Rockstar dev said the code was in such a horrible condition, there's never going to be a PC version of it. And, you know, that was 100% true for, like, 10 plus years. But never say never, number one. Number two, it wasn't the fact that it would just be like, well, is this a cost thing? It was the code was so bad. But with modern advances and newer people being better to be able to repair code and things like that, they went through and finally did a good port. So there was wisdom behind the it's not going to happen. But that was definitely a time I had to eat my words on that. But I love Red Dead. I'm a big Western guy too. Like, I love Westerns. It's my favorite genre besides film noir in movies. And then when I had my store, I was demoing that game before it came out, and I found a glitch. So if you ever want to look up, and it's on my other YouTube channel, look up the YouTube video Red Dead Demonic Horse. That was one of my first viral video. That was my first viral video. That went, I think it's got like 264,000 views or something like that. Like nearly 270,000 views. And Rockstar saw it, and they contacted me, and I got a bunch of free swag from it, and like kind of gave them like a bug report for it. Like, it was a really cool thing that happened because of that game. So I'll always cherish Red Dead 1. Or Red Dead Redemption one since Red Dead Revolver exists. I still think that they should make a sequel to Red Dead Revolver because that's a fun game too. I was really surprised when they brought that game back on PS4. I was like, wait, what? Okay. I'll replay Red Dead Revolver. Yeah, my profile pic on that. I think I posted it in the Discord when it happened, but like earlier last year, I finally got access to that because it was lost. Like I was able to see the video and the channel, but I could never access the channel. I had no idea what email address or password it was. So I was able to actually get it. And so I have access to that YouTube channel again, and I'm super happy about it. The video is called Red Dead Demonic Horse. And you'll see my face as the profile picture. It's like a picture of me from like 2009. I think I'm wearing a suit at my cousin's wedding or something like that. You donated $1,000? Ah, crap. Hey, I still have a chin strap. I can't grow a beard for the life of me, unfortunately. This is all I've got, man. Sad Satan. No, I have not. What is that, King? Can I just call you Yas King? That is the stupidest joke that my wife and I always talk about. Like, whenever, like, we're talking about something the Queen or something like that. And I made that joke and she was just like, that's so dumb. And I would go, yeah, I know. And then we both started laughing. Oh, man. But yeah, Sad Satan, I don't know that game. Yeah. It was my classic, I've been watching How I Met Your Mother, and Barney is a really cool character, so I'm going to be Barney for the next year. That was that era, when How I Met Your Mother was still on. I remember when that show first came on, I think I started watching like episode 3 or 4, and I was like, oh, this is a really good show. It was the first season too, and I just like, I loved that show until the last episode. Do I have any of my high school photos from wrestling? No, I do not. Oh yeah, a lot of the old phone games did really do a good job of replicating a lot of the older games. They would take like the core concept and basically just put a new fresh coat of paint on it. Yeah. Or they would just copy the games. Like there's a lot of like just clone copies of games on like mobile devices. Have I met Ted? No. Oh. Have you met Ted? That's right, dude. I haven't watched that show since it ended. I was so bummed out. I was so mad by that ending. I have not watched it since. And that was what, 2013, 2014, I believe? Man. But I was obsessed with that show for the entire length that it was on. My sister got me for Christmas one year. I was living in Denver, and I had no family or friends for 1,200 miles. Like I was just super completely alone. And so my sister bought the Bro Code book that they made off of that show. Like there's an actual Bro Code book that is made by Barney. And she gave that to me for my Christmas present. I still have it somewhere. It took a while to grow on you. Yeah, you know, I totally get that. So I forgot to say about the whole Red Dead video thing. the video is of me in my game store and my friend. My friend is the one that laughs and cackles like a crazy woman. My best friend at the time. So we're sitting there playing Red Dead, and we're like on our way to, what is it, Armadillo, I think is the city or town. And this horse with a carriage just starts vibrating up and down. And my friend's like laughing, and he's like, dude, you got to take a video of this. So I pulled out my phone. It's on like, that's recorded from like an iPhone 3GS, I believe is the phone that I had at the time. And I'm sitting there recording it off the TV screen. And this horse just keeps going up and down like this. And then it just flies up into the air. And my friend just loses it. He's just screaming his head off laughing. Dude, it is... Oh man, that was so funny. It's a little hard to watch now just because of the audio, but it's still a funny thing. And then I was super bummed because I got a message from some viewer like a couple years after or something like that. And they're like, did you know that Angry Joe used this video in his review of Red Dead? And I went, what? And so I looked up Angry Joe, and yeah, he uses that clip in his video review of Red Dead Redemption. And I was like, huh, okay. I mean, okay. Didn't ask for it, but I couldn't have given him permission anyways because I think I had lost the account information at that point. Yeah, I mean, I had a PlayStation Portable, a PSP, and then with emulation, yeah, I have the emulator, and so I played a few games, not on mobile, it's on PC, so it actually runs a lot better, but, yeah, I played through, like, the Katamari game and a couple other, like, I think there's a Siphon Filter PSP game, which I really like. I am beefing it on this one. I'm not paying attention. Well, you know what we could do is we can at least jump into, let's finish this race. Let's not die. And we'll jump into Road Rash 2. And then if anyone wants me to play anything else, we can do that too. We'll have some fun tonight. We'll bounce around some games. Doesn't have to be Genesis, but I would like to stick into the older retro stuff. I'm so bummed that Crimson Desert doesn't unlock until freaking 5 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow. I was planning on playing I was planning on streaming Crimson Desert all day tomorrow because I have the day off. And so I was like, yeah, cool. Ah, crap. 5 o'clock, and then I'm going to be gone until like 10. So I won't even be able to play it at launch. But, oh, wait, hold on. Sorry. Here, let's save this. And then let's bounce out and let's play something else. Let's play Road Rash 2. That's 3. There we go. The fake PlayStation plays old classic games. I mean, they came out with a original mini PlayStation back in 2019, I believe. And that played like a few of the old PlayStation games. I'm familiar with it. I don't have one, unfortunately. I did like the graphics are just a little bit cleaned up, which is nice. Just a little. And I really do like the more modern digital speedometer and like whole thing here. But I'm not a fan of the music. That was one of the big things is I really don't like the music as much as the first one. Yeah, see, that's the funny thing too. Whenever I play this on stream, everyone knows The second one much better than the first one. I always was surprised by that. Holly Station, the fake console. Yeah, I've never had that. I always had the original the original versions. I love that it's #1 Alaska. And I was always bummed too, because I remember going, wait, why isn't it snowy? Why is it all green? But also the music, man, it's weird, dude. It's so unfamiliar to me compared to the first one. Oh crap, jeez, wow. But again, tight controls, decent, I mean, it feels very much similar. Like, it doesn't feel I love that snowman. Your phone battery is almost dead. Yeah, man, dude. That is like the one bummer thing about phones is those batteries drain fairly quickly. I'm not super I don't use my phone as much anymore, but I feel like phone batteries should be still a lot better than they are. Oh, yeah, dude. I got the chain. Oh, come on. Yeah. Oh, dude, look at that. The whip being ghost-ridden. That's how you say it, right? I remember when I first heard that term, ghost riding the whip, I was like, wait, what? Oh, Ghost Rider, because I thought of Ghost Rider, like the Marvel character. I always loved Ghost Rider. He's like one of my favorite Marvel characters. And whenever I heard that term, I was like, what? This has nothing to do with Ghost. Why are you calling it Ghost Rider? Oh, come on. Oh, almost. It's a different, as well. It's a little bit. I do love these. I do love the animations there. Oh, man. Give me a second here. Hey, I qualified. Sweet. Oh, my name is Player One still. And the character portraits are not as good. Like, Natasha looks kind of... she's got jaundice? Like, what's going on? Yeah, the cutscenes are great no matter what. Like, if you win, cool, but like if you get busted or your bike breaks down and it like all falls apart as you're riding across the finish line, that's great. Man, this game, dude, they just don't make them like this anymore. Ooh. And this is another thing too. Like I've actually been really starting to think about getting back into game development and making some small games. One of my biggest pet peeves in video games is when you have like a brawler, beat 'em up, or something like this. One of my favorite things of this era was every character had a name. Oh, dude, I got another chain? Sweet. I love that. It's a little bit of a deeper, yeah, instead of, yeah. Kakana. Almost took out Kakana. But if I'm gonna start developing a game, like that is like a #1 priority, is making sure that every character you come across has a name. So like I could just come up with a list of like 300 names and just have it pull at random for every character to have some name, because it just gives that one little extra like slice of detail. Oh crap. Oh, that guy. Oh, it's okay. We all died. Can I run him over? Almost. I tried. I tried to get him. Yeah, the chain freaking cracks in this game. I love it. It's a solid chain. PE number 1. Oh, there's someone. Not sure who. Some cop. Let's not get busted. Some of the music goes pretty hard, though. I love it. Come on, PE number 1. Ooh, he got me, too. Crap. Gotta be a little bit more careful here. One of the things you gotta look out with this game is you actually have to use the brake and let off the gas. That's one of the things that I'm really bad about with these older, I mean, just in racing games in general. I've always been really bad about braking. Just hold down the gas the entire time. But I love it. Seriously, I could just play this all night long. Like, even the first one, like, I was having a grand old time. I did not have to jump out of that game. It's one of the fun things about streaming is, yeah, it's really fun to play this game and go, yeah, I love this game. But it's so much more enjoyable when you get other people going, dude, I forgot about this game. I love this game. Oh yeah, dude. I will definitely have to play Skitchin again because it's so good. I love it. Nice race, punk. You still suck. Oh, okay. PE number 1. That's what they look like. Gotcha. Lean back a little. Ooh, Tennessee. Oh, that's right. Hey, let's see what Tennessee looks like in Genesis 16-bit form. A little bit of a boogie going on in the soundtrack. I like it. And yep, this is exactly what I see every day. Driving out on the highway. Yep, this is exactly Tennessee. What's up, Steve? Yeah, dude. Road Rash, man. This is Road Rash 2. We played Road Rash 1 for a little bit. Now we're just moving on to... oh, dude. Public Enemy number 1. Okay, I get it now. PE number 1. Dude, we got a chain again. Sweet. Yeah. Oh, dude, he took my chain. Oh, I'm so mad. I hope... Crap. Oh, man. Bummer. Oh, wow. He, like, clipped through me. Hey, Roz. That sounds about right for Fraser's lady. Not lady, but person he works with, I guess. I don't know. Oh, Viper always has the chain? Okay. Yeah, dude. I mean, again, that's what's cool about these older games is, number one, we got sequels to games within the same generation, right? We got multiple sequels. Number two, they always added to the sequel. The sequel always had something new. That was one of the best things about older games, was when you knew a game was coming out and it was getting a sequel, you fantasized about what they were going to add, right? Like, oh, what are they going to add in this one? Oh, I hope it's, grabbing, I hope it's not just a club. I hope it's a chain and a flamethrower and an Uzi and all this stuff that we would think about as kids, like trying to think of what cool things they would add to a game. There we go. And then it would always have, a little bit slightly better graphics, but not like unbelievable until it leaped the generation. But generational leap, man, dude, it was nuts. We always like just had our jaws on the floor when these games came out on the new systems. I remember, you know, Mario 64 to Mario 128 before it became Sunshine. Oh, dude, tournaments with Road Rash? How would you do that? That sounds awesome. That sounds really, really fun. Would it be like who could get the fastest race or who could, you know, get the first place or whatever? Oh, split screen, right. See, I never had a lot of people, like I never had anyone to play with growing up, really. Like my best friend lived far enough away that we would only be able to hang out on the weekends usually. And so I mostly played all these games just by myself. All right, I qualified 3 out of 5. See who could get the furthest. Nice. All right, Arizona, let's do it. And I like how they have the menu system, so you can go at the end of a race, you get into the main menu, and then you can still go to the bike shop, right? Like, it's such a better menu system than one. One's menu system, I will 100% say that it sucks. It's a terrible menu system. Like a picture of the controller and telling you what button to push to do the things. Ooh, golf games. With your dad? That's awesome. My parents never played video games with me. It sucked. It was such a bummer. I will say, and this is one of the reasons why I have such fond memories of Road Rash. I remember my grandmother was staying over with us one weekend, and I was playing out in the living room, and I was playing Sega Genesis with Road Rash. And my grandma walked over and said, "Oh, what's that?" And I said, "It's Road Rash. It's a motorcycle game." And so she watched me for, a turn. I finished. And I said, "Do you want to play?" And she's like, "No, that's okay." And I was like, "Oh, well, come on, Grandma, you should play." And so my grandma took the controller and started playing Road Rash. She didn't get very far. I don't even remember if she finished. And she obeyed the law. So when she got past like 55 miles per hour, she stopped pressing the accelerator. And it took her like 15 minutes to complete the first level, if she did complete it. But she played Road Rash with me, and that is a memory I've always cherished. I love that memory. So my grandma played Road Rash. Oh, dude, an RPG of Road Rash? That would be pretty interesting. That would be pretty cool. Like, you create a character, you put points into, like, if you're better in combat or better at driving or riding, and then... Did we break that car? It's, like, just vibrating. Yeah, I ran over your bicycle, jerk. Or motorcycle. No, she did not approve of the chain whip or the billy club. She was like, "You should obey the law, Ryan. You should obey the law." And I was like, "Grandma, it's a race." And then she's like, "Why are you punching those poor people, Ryan? You shouldn't be punching people. That's wrong. That's bad." Thanks, Grandma. That was a fun weekend with my grandma. I loved her. Oh. I talk about her a lot on this stream, which is really weird, but like, she was such a big influence on me, and she was just so rad. Like, she was a rad grandma. Oh, GTA didn't exist at that time. This is 95. No, not even. This was like 92. These were the most advanced games at the time. Well, I have no more soda. Or I just had one. So should we crack open another ice cold one with the boys? This is actually not that ice cold, but cheers, everyone. Thanks for hanging out and playing some, or hanging out and watching me play some Road Rash and talk about my grandma. So cheers, Grandma. I love you. Let's continue on. Vermont, we'll go apple picking? Is that what? Or tree watching? What do you do in Vermont? What's the Vermont thing? Okay, slug, get out of my way. Yeah, gamer grandmas, man. Do you see the Skyrim grandma like actually like retired? I think she retired at the end of last year or something like that. I remember she was like a big thing, like the grandma streamer who streams Skyrim. Yeah, she was cool, dude. That's super cool to be. Do it, dude. Play along with us. Bust out Road Rash on whatever you got and have some fun. I like the look of this level. I like the orange and yellow trees, the amber color. It's a very pretty level. Oh, that's cool. Your mom plays Fortnite with your son? That's rad. That's a good grandma right there. That is a solid grandma there. Or your mom in your case. But still. Like, your son's probably like, my grandma's the coolest. She plays Fortnite with me. That's pretty rad. Oh, crap. Jeez. Oh, yeah. I want the chain. I haven't been kicking a lot lately in this game. I normally do this. I normally like holding it and then like getting up close to someone and then just like whacking them into a tree. Or I'll just hit them. Whatever was easier. Dude, this is a solid sound, or a solid soundtrack too. This is a good track. I think the composer's name is Ron Hubbard. Such good songs, man. Like, I will go to bat for this as a good sound. It's funny, my wife actually asked me yesterday, we're driving, I can't remember where we're driving to, and she said, what's the best video game soundtrack? And I had to think about it for a second, because I was like, you know what? What is the best video game soundtrack? I don't like generally saying the best, because that's always subjective. But one of my favorites, and I think it's a globally agreed upon, this is one of the best video game soundtracks, is Donkey Kong Country 2. Yeah, right off. Oh, that's such a great... Oh, dude, that is a great cutscene. But Donkey Kong Country 2 is definitely one of those that has, like, just hit after hit, man. All right, so we're on level 2 now. Let's see. We have 4,750. Let's see if we can look at the bike shop. Ultralight Superbike Nitro class. So, Ultralight is the... Okay, cool. I don't want Ultralight. I don't like the Ultralight. Nitro or Superbike. Ooh, we can get the Bonsai 600. Slow to accelerate, but makes for... strong chassis makes for a good handling bike. Oh man, these are... I mean, let's do it. The bad boy's yours. I love it. Oh yeah, Dude, bees in Donkey Kong are tough. Oh, wait, what? Why am I on level 1 again? That makes no sense. Well, what happened? Hold on. Bike shop. It's yours? What happened? What happened to my bike and money? Hold on. No, super bike. I hit a button. Did it reset? Like, what happened? It feels like it just reset. That is super weird. Let me just race really. No, we're huh. You know what? Let's play 3. Let's play 3. Since I haven't played that one in forever. Like, this is the one I probably booted up like 5 times in my life. But David Weissman and Grant Kirkhope, both of those guys make such good music. Tour de Force. I was always thrown off by the background in this menu system. Like, it's just like flashing at you. It's pretty crazy. I also didn't like that they used the same menu for 2 and 3. That was one of the other things. But I do like that it's the world now. That's cool. Oh, yeah, the graphics. Oh, it's so rough. Like, the music's not good at all. Like, it's the weird whistle. Like, there's so much saturation in this, too. Like, it just looks ugly. This is an ugly game, dude. Yeah, this is why I never played 3. I had to force myself to beat this the last time I booted it up, and that was in 2019, I believe. Okay, this part of the music isn't bad. It's a lot of clashing, oversaturated colors. If it was a little bit more muted, it wouldn't be as bad. And maybe it's just because we're in Brazil. Let's give it the benefit of the doubt and wait until we finish Brazil and then go to the next level, and maybe Africa will be a little bit more toned down. Or if we go to Germany or something. I don't know what other levels there are in this game. I'm pretty sure Africa is one of them. I feel like I remember going through the savannah. But yeah, this is we'll do a couple tracks. We'll do a couple. The sound effects are kind of grody too, like just muddy and just ugh. Really? That's interesting. Well, I mean, no, yeah, the cars are on both lanes in the game, but they're driving forward or coming at you, right? So that is interesting. They drive on the other side in the PAL version. That's cool. Or is it the UK track or level? Maybe it's the level you're talking about. We'll see. We'll look at the level list, I think. Oh, the level. Okay, gotcha. Still, that is a nice touch. I love that. The cars are a little bit more defined, which is nice. I will say the best thing about it so far is that the cars are easier to see that they're cars. They don't look like these weird blocks. Oh, that yeah is so compressed. Yeah. Good cutscene, though. I like the strongman that threw the bike in the car. Okay, that's also a freaking rad menu system, dude. Look at the background with the skull with the horns. Lucky Luke. when it comes to drawing blood. All right. Oh, the UK. Okay, that's the next one, but let's see. So we got Brazil, which we just did, Germany, Kenya, Italy, and the UK. Okay. So we'll exit out, and we'll do United Kingdom. Oh, wow. It's got that little tune in it. That's great. Heck yeah, dude. All right, this is a good song. This, you know what? We'll just do a full. We'll do all the tracks. Why not? Right? Why not? Scab Boy. All right, that's a solid name too. You know what? This game's growing on me just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. One thing that I will say is I don't like the... Whoa! And was that a ramp? Shoot, I missed the ramp. One thing I'll say is I really don't like how the character feels so, like, high up. It looks like I'm riding a dirt bike, not a motorcycle. Hey, I got a club. Dude, look at the club. It looks so bad. Ah, crap. Yeah, I love that the cars are on the other side. That is a great little detail. And it really does add a lot to these older games when you have little small details like that. Who's honking? That was weird. No one's behind me. No one's in front of me. I don't know what that was. I kind of clipped through it more than anything else. Jeez. Yeah, the running animation is terrible too. Like, everything about this is just worse. I remember the day that I rented this, and I was so profoundly disappointed. The animals just like, what happened with this game, dude? Oh, I was trying to hit that thing and it just like went out of the way. Dang it. Like, was that a coyote? Was that a deer? Was that like the jackalope? Like, what's going on here? The graphics are terrible. Is the weird dithering effect, I think, really just destroys a lot of the detail. Not gonna lie though, the music is pretty solid in this one. Man. Okay. I want to know the story behind this. I want to know the story behind why Road Rash 3 is just such garbage compared to 1 and 2. Because all accounts, it should be better. 5th place. Bah. Oh my gosh! Holy crap, dude. He just ate it. Oh, that was all worth it. That entire little cutscene was worth everything that we played for this game. Okay, Germany next. Why is it all snowy? Is Germany known for snow? Yes, it definitely does. I would love to listen to a podcast of why Road Rash 3 sucks so bad compared to 1 and 2. Like, I actually want to do research on it. That's a solid joke. They're known for their rich culture and their Wiener Schnitzel. along with Lederhosen and Kraftwerk. Yeah. We love our Lederhosen. Was that Homer? He just went, oh. That was a weird... Oh, this game is so weird, dude. At least I got to hit a guy, so that was fun. Yeah, why is Germany snowy? I like the clouds, but... Okay, Christmas marks. Yeah, there you go. Yes, some of this music is all right. I like the drum solos and stuff. Yeah, this is some solid music every once in a while. Oh crap, cheese. Oh, that guy's like right on my tail. It's just so ugly to look at, man. Officer 31. Yeah, the drum track is really good in this, for sure. No, I do not want to play Super. See, this is the thing with when I play older games, people will always go, "Oh, play Battletoads, play Superman 64, play all the bad stuff." I don't want to play bad games, man. And I can generally find at least some stuff in most games. Like, we can find some stuff redeemable about Road Rash 3. Good cuts. Oh my gosh, dude. Good cutscenes. Good drum track. Good cutscenes. And freaking rad death metal background on the menus. Mr. Do? Mr. Do's okay. Mr. Do's okay. Mr. Do's a solid game. It's a solid 5 out of 10. Not horrible, but it's something I wouldn't normally pick to play. I mean, I've played all of them. I've literally played every game on the Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Genesis. Have I beaten them all? No, but I've beaten a fair amount of each one on the library. Dog, chicken. Where are we? Italy? Roller games? Yeah. Okay. Dude. I will give Road Rash 3 cutscenes, death metal background menu, and freaking music. The music's solid. This is like a metal version of it. Of the Italy theme. Oh, dude, I can't play cricket games. I have no idea how to do them. I've tried, and I do not get cricket at all. Like anything cricket, I do not understand cricket whatsoever. Like, it's like baseball, but not at all. There's a ball, there's a bat, there's a guy that pitches, but it's not baseball. I'm trying to hit these guys, but they're just going too slow or too fast. Ooh. Out of the way. I need to get... Oh, I knew that was going to happen. Dang it. Belladonna. That's a solid name for this level. I don't even know if we got cricket games here. I don't think we did. Those might have been PAL only. Like there was definitely some PAL only releases, and I don't think I have any of those. Oh gosh. It was just such a foreign concept of cricket. Oh, I wanted to get hit. Oh gosh. I love these cutscenes, dude. These cutscenes are the best. The cows have good detail? I didn't even see. Did not even see. All right, here's Kenya. Okay, so there's straw huts, all right. We have to have at least one elephant and a couple giraffes. I'm calling elephants and giraffes for the animals in this level. Hey, dude, I still have my club. That's cool. Okay, there's a rhino. I was not expecting a rhino. I'm going to put that out there right now. I was not expecting a rhino in this level. Good grief. Man, dude, these guys are not going down. Barely tapping them with this club. Oh, we both got each other. Nice. Okay, elephant. Yes, I've passed a couple of ramps in the levels. The frame rate is too poor for me to be able to react properly enough. Like, I don't see it until it's like the 5th frame from my face. Like, it's just so hard to be able to react to half of the stuff that's going on because the frame rate is so bad in this game. That's why I was saying earlier, it would be really cool if they updated and remastered these with this, literally the same game. Do not touch the actual game mechanics or code. Just update the graphics. Give it, you know, a way so that you can have the old music and the modern remastered version of music and graphics. It would be perfect. Like playing this in a solid 60 frame. See, I just saw the ramp right as I was coming over the crest of that hill. Give this a solid 60 frame update and, you know, 1080p 4K resolution remastered graphics with no dithering effects and like high quality. It would be a fun game. I would play the crap out of this game. Just the colors are so bad and the frame rate is so bad. It's really hard on this one. I wanted to get that guy. I wanted to get that guy too, and I just barely missed him. Yeah. All right. Yeah, they really do need to make a remaster of Hit and Run. Was that it? Was that all the tracks? Brazil, Germany, Kenya, Italy, and UK. Yep, sweet. All right. I had fun with Road Rash, but I don't feel like playing any more of that. Let's try and see if we could do Road Rash on the PlayStation. I really like 3D in Jailbreak. Jailbreak's a little weird because of the story, but I really like 3D. Oh, I love that intro. That just brings me back to childhood. It was like 8th grade. Oh, so nice. I don't like this EA logo though. Like that classic EA where it's the yellow and green coming together and like fusing together. I like that one way more. Oh, dude, the Soundgarden soundtrack. I know this sound. I know this song by heart on this intro. The FMV cutscenes, dude. Dude, they went all out for this game. And the art style, the caricatures in the main menu system, people like think they're weird. I love them. Oh yeah, we're just jamming out to this. Oh, that's so good. Everything about this game, man. So good. Except for the loading times. It's like the one bummer thing about these games, man. Loading times are rough. Love this menu system. All right, Thrash mode. The arcade version of Road Rash. No character selection, no bike shop, no unnecessary gossip. Just pick a race and go. Now we're gonna go to big game mode. The whole chimichanga. 5 levels of head-splitting speed. Start by choosing an alias, complete with a smelly rat bike and a handful of cash. Complete for cash to upgrade your bike and win the respect of your compadres. All right, Axel, a model bad boy, cruel and ruthless. Don't try to get on Axel's good side. He doesn't have one. Bose Jefferson. Don't be fooled by Bose's casual demeanor. His punches feel like a 10-car pileup on your head. Bose or Bose, however you want to say it. Sydney Bass. A spoiled rich girl living on the edge. Treat Sid right, or she'll throw a tantrum on your face. Rhonda the Rash. A psychotic with rabies. This ex-New Yorker is twice as hard as asphalt and twice as rough. Pearl McCurdy. A competitive and reckless retropunk. Pearl lives over anarchy on the open road. Milwaukee John. An ex-con with a death wish. John's daredevil style strikes fear in the hearts of seasoned riders. Slim Jim. Would have been the class clown if he hadn't dropped out. Voted most likely to die young by classmates. And Teflon Mike. Dropped on his head at an early age. Mike is a gonzo wild man. Fearless, unpredictable, and brain damaged. Let's go with Teflon Mike. That sounds fun. Most priced. Okay, so Ollie's Scootorama is the bike shop, and then Der Panzer Club. Der Panzer Club. You want to schmooze? Let a fellow rider bend your ear for a little bit. Find out who's your friend and who hates your guts. Why is everyone in this place so freaking ugly? You know what they say about bikes. The heavier they are, the harder they are to turn. With a good kick Oncoming traffic is a girl's best friend. Complete lawlessness is the virtue to which I aspire. All right. So, sign up for one of the happening races in the area. I mean, we'll just go through all of them. So, street. I would love to do the voice acting for this. That would be great. That would be super fun. Ah, the loading time. Whoa. Yeah, there we go. We got a little bit more fluid frame rate, though. Classic PlayStation style warping, too. What a difference a generation makes. From 16 to 32-bit, man. Like, look at the difference. And this was only a couple years, too. This was, what, 96? And that was, like, 94 for 3. So, like, a 2-year difference. Is there? Oh, no, there's not. I was going to say, is there a way to, like, do the mixing so that the volume of the bikes aren't as loud as the music? Because I like to listen to the music over engine noise. That's, like, one of the worst parts about riding an actual motorcycle is the engine noise. It's just so stinking loud. It was one of the cool things about having, like, an iPhone at that time. When an iPhone came out, it was like, I can just listen to music. Like, I had an iPod, but, like, putting earplugs in and then having my phone, like, be the only thing that I had to worry about, like, that was so nice. Just being able to ride for hours. And then also having GPS. Like, that was another big thing. Like, having the iPhone on a motorcycle was insane because it was like, dude, I can actually just stop and look where I'm at, and I don't have to carry a map with me. Like, that was a freaking game changer for sure. Yeah, there we go. Get some pedestrians. I will say the one thing that I always noticed and I always hated about this over the Genesis versions was the UI. Like, you don't get that really cool, big, you know, quarter of the screen being taken up by, like, a whole, like, speedometer and rear view mirrors and all, like, all of that's gone. It's just, like, health bars. And it's just colored health bars. You don't even know what it actually is. You just kind of have to guess. How'd you sleep on this game? Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because this is the one that most people know this Road Rash over the Genesis versions. Well, that was kind of him to stop. At least he didn't run over my bike and push it further down the street. And it's a lot more forgiving when you run into vehicles at a lower speed. You're not immediately thrown off. Ooh. We got a cop coming up. Who is this, Marshall? I think that's a cop. Okay, bye. And then is that number 2 the place that I'm in? I'm sure that's placement, right? Yeah, okay, that's place. So I'm in first place now. Just don't die, Ryan. Don't die, don't die, don't die. Here it is. Ah, I was about to run over that guy too. Hey, first place, first race. Hey, baby. Yeah. Take all this cat. Wait, am I the girl? Stuff it in his pants. Come on. Yeah! That's that 90s attitude that you would never see in a game nowadays. Stuff the money in the dude's pants and then pull him off screen. To do what? We don't know. We don't care. Teflon Mike finished in first place. Ah, what a great game, dude. I'm so happy I chose to play these games tonight. Okay, more bulletin board. Let's do, I guess, the next one, Sierra Nevada. So we're going back to California and Sierra Nevadas. Thunder through what's left on the green northwestern timberland. I'm happy you did too. I'm glad you're enjoying it, man. Thanks for hanging out with me. Loading time. It's funny because we don't have loading times really anymore in games, so it's like coming back to these older ones, it's like, oh yeah, that's right. Loading times sucked. I don't like that I got first place in the last race, and then I still start at the bottom, the back of the pack. Like, come on. I should be able to get first place, or even at least middle. I remember playing this on my cousin's PC back in 1999. And it was funny, too, because, like, 1999, dude, this game was a few years old at that point. Because it came out, like 96, I believe. So, it was weird because I didn't know that there was the modern version of Road Rash. I thought it was just a Genesis series. And then we were... My cousins, I remember, were watching the trailer of Star Wars Episode 1 on their computer. Like, it was the big release, and so it was on the internet, and we all huddled around the computer and watched it. And then my aunt went to go to the store, and then we started playing Road Rash on the PC. And I was like, what is this game? And it just looks so different from the Genesis version, and I had no idea this game even existed. And just blew my mind. And I was right about to go into high school. So I was like right about to go into high school, and I remember going, how have I not seen this before? But it's so much faster, it's so much more fluid. Even though the world's a little bit shaky because of the PlayStation. I can't get him. And it does seem a little bit easier, though. That's the thing. With the bad frame rate, it makes it much more difficult. What was that? Why did I get so far behind there? Come on, Sid. There we go. Cruising USA? I could probably do that. Give me a couple more races, and then we can jump into Cruising USA. Oh, I always like playing with the school bus. I don't know why. I just always thought the school bus was just so fun to play as in Cruising. The thing with Cruising is it's a very linear game, kind of like this. Like, it's really fast and it's very, very linear. It's got a very much of a, it's very arcadey in that style. It's very arcade racing. But yeah, the metric system speed. No, for work, we work with the metric system at work. When I teach, I have to teach the metric system. Everything that is done in the industry is all in the metric system, so I'm very well versed in it. Little tiny trophy. Yeah. Dude, how fun would it have been to film this? Yeah. While everyone else is fighting, take the girl. Please don't break. Okay, good. Teflon Mike finished in first place. I feel like that level was a little bit not as interesting. Like, it didn't feel like it had as much stuff going on. Let's schmooze a little bit. I could buy you and your whole family with a change that's fallen between the cushions of my couch. The fast guys know that you have to hit the brakes going into a turn. Then, the throttle coming out. Scratch my cold, tough exterior, and you'll find a heart of stone. Some basic respect on the track will go a long way toward keeping your head intact. All right, cool. Thanks, dudes. The peninsula. All right, blast through a traffic-congested suburban wasteland. Goosebumps Escape from Horrorland? What was that on? PlayStation? That sounds like a maybe PlayStation 2 game? Oh, it's on PC. Oh, okay. Man, Goosebumps. I remember when those were coming out, dude. I loved the Goosebumps series as a kid. Night of the Living Dummy, Escape from Horrorland, and I think there was one about a sponge. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. It came from under the sink, maybe, I think it was. I always loved those grunts and hits. See, I could totally do voiceover for games.
Okay, can you do another grunt like you're getting hit in the stomach? Okay, do like 3 in a row. Yeah, all right, we got it. Now do one like you just picked up a chainsaw and you're about to chainsaw your guy in half. Yeah! Okay. Just sound like you just got thrown from your motorcycle. Yo!
Yeah! That was solid. Okay, I was like, I'm hitting him. Oh, man. This is such a great game. Oh, I wanted to hit that grandma. Yeah, so this is the thing with the game, too, is like you kind of notice, oh, they're repeating a lot of the same stuff. I do, whoa! Okay. I do like being able to have a little bit different scenery, like going from the city to the countryside. Like, that's really cool. A lot more variety. but it's the same handful of things throughout the level, or each level, right? So we've seen the city in 3 of the 3 or 4 tracks. I don't know what I just hit, but I like that I hit it. It's like running over a sack of potatoes. Like those guys that are just like reaching into the street for something. Like what are you doing? What are you reaching into the middle of the street for? They're not even like walking, they're like bending over super far away trying to reach for something. It just looks weird and awkward. Yeah. No voiceover though. They should have had Skitchin on PlayStation for sure with FMV cutscenes, dude. Oh, it's the same one. Bummer. It would be rad too because they could do with Skitchin. There's that whole intro. Like that's what I liked about Skitchin was the radio hosts. Like they're doing a radio show and they're talking, or radio or TV, I think it's radio. But they're kind of talking about the race beforehand and talking about the level and stuff. I've always dug that about Skitchin. That was super cool. All right, Teflon Mike finished first place. Hey, I'm racking up some points though. I got some money. I got $3,500. Napa Valley. All right. Avoid mindless tourists as you sail over the rolling slopes of the wine country. It's such a goofy face. I love it. It's such an interesting and unique art style, too. You do not see art styles like that in games anymore. Or anywhere else, for that matter. Like, that is a distinct 90s art aesthetic. Ooh, ow. Why would you stop in the middle of the road in a race? Come on, lady. Oh, crap. Yeah, good. You got ran over and died. Jorg. Jorg the Jorgensen. But with the lanes being so wide in this game, like double lane, like 4-lane traffic, it's, oh dude, I thought I got it looked like a tire iron. It just becomes less difficult. Like this, I'm not really having any problem getting first place on any of the races. I'm really not having a hard time getting, first place or getting hurt or avoiding obstacles. It kind of is a very easy game. And that's what I always didn't like about it until like the later levels. The later levels definitely do get more difficult. But it's so smooth that you can kind of see things coming from a mile away. And that was like one of the double-edged swords, or the catch-22 of this game, is like, it's got way better animation and frame rate. But now you see everything coming from a mile away, so you can avoid a lot of it. Like, look at that. That car was, like, so far away. I had all the time in the world to avoid it. Or this guy. Except for that. Whoa. I don't know what happened and why I didn't die, but wow. I just came to a complete full stop. Wow, that was close. I love how I was saying that as I was criticizing how you see it from so far away. Okay, first place, so just hold it here so I don't feel like a fool. It's so easy. I'm getting first place in everything, and then immediately not get first place. That'll show me. Ah! I wanted to hit that person. They have very small, there we go, very small hitboxes. But at least I got someone. Now I feel like a big man. Yeah, right?
Now look at this here. He's gonna pop a wheelie and he's gonna do a triple axel, and then he's gonna celebrate the win. Oh, he biffed it, and he didn't do any of the things that he said he was going to do, and now he's forever shamed. A curse and a pox on his family for all.
Hey, stranger. It is a little interesting that it's a woman in a lot of these cutscenes. Sledstorm? Oh, yeah, dude. Sledstorm's freaking rad with Dragula in the soundtrack. Like, when Dragula first came out, and then it just became a staple of everything EA soundtrack related for, like, the next 15 years. Dude, I love Sledstorm. Sledstorm's a great game. It's funny that that's like the first thing I remember anytime someone references Sledstorm is Dragula. All right, last one, PCH. Face dead men, curves, and sheer cliff walls along narrow coastal highway. Same, yeah. I mean, it's a good game, but I mean, it's literally on the box art in big yellow, you know, like explosion, like featuring the soundtrack of Rob Zombie's Dragula. So, like, it's just kind of ingrained into my brain at that point. But I also remember, I think it was what you could do is you could take the game CD, put it in a CD player, and then listen to the soundtrack as just music. And so I would do that a lot with some of those games. And I never owned Sledstorm. I always rented it because I like the soundtrack, and I just thought it was a really fun game. I've always liked snow because I never had it growing up, so I was always fascinated anytime snow or anything like that showed up in a video game or a movie or whatever. And then, oh yeah, the demo CD too. And then just being able to listen to that music on a CD player was like such a cool thing, dude. Oh. See, this level is actually pretty tough because it is a 2-lane highway, and you are constantly having to avoid something, whether it's trees on one side or gates on the other or cars on one or the other side. Like, this is a solid level because it does become much more difficult. Yeah! Yeah! I took that cop's billy club and then I beat him to death. That is the Road Rash experience, my friends. Oh my gosh, that felt great. But dude, like, look how many hits I'm even hitting Axel. Like, I hit him with a club like multiple times and he's still totally okay. Oh, you can't take the weapon from Cobson 2? Okay. Nice. I am glad I got to do that. That makes me feel real good. I feel like a big man. I do miss the rear view mirror. Like, that's actually really, really helpful. Because you can always, like, turn and then get in front of the other person so that they stop and slow down, and you kind of get a little bit of a boost. Oh, I wanted to nail that guy so bad. Crazy. Come on. But I am very glad that I was able to take that cop's baton, or what's a club? And then beat him to death. That just feels real good. Man, when violence was just so enjoyable in video games back then too. Maybe because we were just so much younger and the real world didn't beat us down, or we didn't have that, like, oh, there's actual consequences to type of things. But, like, video game violence was always just satisfying. Yes! And I hit her and she sounded like she squeaked like a little mouse. Oh, that felt great. Jesus, the feds. New level. You get a new bike. Congratulations, you've made it to the new level. You're a winner. Yeehaw. Level progression. Whoa, you've qualified on every track in the level. Guess it's time to move on to bigger and better things. And yeah, unfortunately, it's just the same levels, just more difficult, right? And also longer. I think, like, the levels get really, really long in this one. So yeah, like, even this is, like, PCH is now 8 miles instead of, like, 5, right? All right. Well, let's do, it's just about 2 o'clock. So let's do a little Road Rash 3D, because I do remember actually really enjoying this one. We'll close it out with a little Road Rash 3D. An old PlayStation BIOS. Yeah, that's a lame one. I mean, at least give us EA Big. It's in the game. Oh no, it was just EA Big. Tech Geists. This is where they started introducing, like, actual gangs. Desadis. Duales. Cafe boys. Road Rash 3D. And of course, we got a loading screen. There we go. All right. So Thrash, big game. Oh, obviously big game, right? Welcome to Motorhead Patties. What's your name? Yeah, my name is Player One. What's it to you? Oh, yeah, the bikes look weird, but we're going with the cruiser. Because why not?
A pig on rattler, great for the open road. Head out to Chuck's Roadhouse where Hannibal and his dually cruisers brew. Custom V-twin battleships built to last.
All right. I like the actual voiceover too. That's a nice little touch.
Now that's a ride. Nice beach run. Then turn it up loud on the blacktop past the farms.
All right. Start thrashing. And I do like that they have you a little map there too, which is really nice, so that you know, oh, there's a big curve here, or there's a 90 degree turn here. Yeah. Here we go. And then you get like a wind up, like the animation on this. This is what I was really looking forward to with like a modern Road Rash. When I saw Road Rash, the one we just played, I went, oh, it's just Road Rash with better graphics. But this was like, oh, dude, it's in 3D, and it feels way more mushy, though. Like, the controls really feel mushy. There's a weird drift mechanic to it, too. You, like, start sliding around, like, pretty much any time. Like, it's weird. But once you get the hang of it, it's actually a really fun game. For my voiceover, thank you. I appreciate that. Oh crap. Ooh, that was close. But yeah, like I'm actually trying pretty hard to stay on course here, and it's a little bit rough. I think this is one of the ones that you actually have to really like feather the gas and then also make liberal use of the brake system, which I'm not very accustomed to. I really don't like doing that in video games. Man. Yeah, this is tough. There we go. Holy crap. And we got the names, and I like the little fist icon. You know you're only doing a fist. Oh, crap. And then you got this where you actually like get that slow motion fly. I love it. But then you don't get to run back to your bike. You kind of just like spawn on top of it. It's kind of a bummer. Okay, we're gonna go to the right. Man, that is just such a squirrely. Yeah, it definitely takes a little bit of getting used to, for sure, but it's interesting, you know? It's definitely slower. You don't feel the speed as much. You feel the lack of speed in this game. If this was about 25% faster and you didn't like slide out as much, I think this would be like a really, really good Road Rash game. And just a little bit of that like delay on the punches. Like it feels delayed. I'm hitting it and then the action happens. Go left, not hit that car. Trying to remember if you can. Oh crap! Oh jeez. Dude, I feel like you could do a wheelie. I'm pulling back on the D-pad, down on the D-pad. That doesn't work. Maybe you can't. Oh no! Here we go. You double tap it and you kind of do a wheelie. So like you tap it a few times and you can do a wheelie. Something else you can do. Oh, he had like a 2x4. That would have been fun. Huh. Some of those like cars as they come into distance. the low level of detail on that. Looks like a Cybertruck. Oh, we're close, and we're hopefully gonna get second. No, I don't think so. Yeah, second. No, second. Yeah. Oh, that was close. Am I gonna get first? I am. As long as I don't die. Yeah! Hey, I got first. And he sounds like Homer going, woohoo! I can't go that high anymore. Yeah, snuck in it just right at the Yeah, okay. I forgot about the cutscenes in this one. All right. Well, that was fun, man. That was real fun. Well, I think I'm going to call it here. It's about 2 o'clock in the morning, and I do have work in the morning. So I'm going to call it here for tonight. But thank you so much, Dom, Roxanne, everyone else for hanging out and keeping me company while I play some good old classic games. I do all sorts of games. So if you're new here, hey, my name is Ryan. I usually try to stream every night. Like, that's just kind of how my schedule used to go. But over the last couple of months, I just haven't had the time. And so I'm trying to kind of get back on a regular schedule. We'll do a stream tomorrow night. And tomorrow night, Crimson Desert comes out. So I want to play that. But I play old retro games. I play modern games. I play, other side, VR. I do kind of everything. I used to own a video game store, and video games are like my main hobby and my main jam. So I love them, and I can talk about video games all day long. If you listen to the podcast, you'll just hear pretty much kind of what you heard tonight. It's just a lot of video game talk. And I love all forms of video games, so I appreciate that. McCharlie, thank you so much. Yeah. What's up? Thanks for the stream. I appreciate it. You know what? Thank you. I will say thank you guys for hanging out and just watching me play some video games and listening to me rant and rave and talk about games, because that's all I want to do. So make sure that you follow or subscribe to wherever you're listening to, and then we'll be back tomorrow night with Crimson Desert. I have no idea if that game's going to be good or bad. I'm hoping it's good, so we'll see. But yeah, take care. God bless everyone, and I'll see you guys next time for more fun and games. Until then, bye-bye. And then also, all the stuff is down there. I put out stuff on my website all the time too. Like, I do a lot of game reviews and things like that. And then the Discord. If you want to join the Discord, I'm in there every day, and you can talk about games all you want there too. All right. See you guys. Bye.